Hi, Zubair. How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm fine. Thanks, and yourself? Yeah, I've been quite fascinated by your journey. And my opening question to you is going to be please tell me about your Karaoke Megastars Season 1 journey.
So currently we're putting together the megastars, and it's a singing competition, to give people a stage to sing.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to add on and push the arts. As we know, our government is I don't want to use bad words, but difficult to deal with in terms of
Mm-hmm.
pushing our arts. And where the government is failing, I mean, as
Mm-hmm.
society, we need to work together, to uplift ourselves. So Megastars is a competition that creates a platform for people um, who want to showcase their art in singing. So this one is specifically to singing. We're doing Hollywood and Bollywood, and then future potentials such as comedy and dance and so forth. So I mean, it started with the guy named Vishnu. He came around and he's a writer, and he said, "Come, we need to do something." You know, because there are very few platforms out there that help young artists or upcoming artists to give them a platform. And we just want to be another group of people who open the doorways to more people. So
All
yeah.
right. Okay. So please tell me, who are the people do you look up to in the spaces that you're in?
So I mean, there's quite a few people. One used to be my grandfather. I mean, that's where I got the passion for singing from.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he is late. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my mother inspires me a lot. She's always there
Mm-hmm.
behind my back. You do this, do this. If I don't hear or something, then she's there. Have you heard of this? Why don't you try this? And she is full supportive in everything I do. So she is the biggest inspiration, so to say, in my life. And then you get friends who are also helping you and pushing you along the way. Zubair, why don't you try this, or why don't you try that? And this is what we can do. This is what we can work on. And obviously, there are organizers, show organizers, who give us the platform as new artists or upcoming artists to showcase our art.
Okay. I know this is not in the list of questions, but what about in the poetry space? Because I know that on your Facebook profile you mentioned that you're also a poet and a
So
violinist
I
and all
did
that. Yeah,
start
yeah.
poetry.
Pardon?
I actually went to a event called the Poetry Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and I got inspired by them,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually went there to sing for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I see the books that people are releasing, and I used to be I would say, an amateur poet back in the day, and through the years, with work and moving around and stuff like that, I just fell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at that event, I got inspired again. I said, I need to get back into poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And I did I would say, my first official poem.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the SS Tilawa,
Mm-hmm.
1942 sinking of the
Wow.
SS Tilawa. And I did a 50 stanza poem in
Mm-hmm.
commemoration um, to that event. And my first poem now got published.
What about the violinist side of things? Because I think you also play the violin.
No, no, no.
Okay, my apologies. I must have misread. So, what have
No, no.
been your.
I've never
Sorry?
played any instruments. I've never had
Okay.
an instrument.
Oh,
And then a while ago, I think the only instrument I have played was the bocarina.
okay.
So that is that is voted, I think, the most irritating instrument in the world.
Oh,
So I mean,
gosh.
I used to try that, playing around with that, but it's very difficult to play it when you have sinus issues.
Okay, all right. So please tell me about your highlights thus far.
Uh, there's quite a few highlights. I mean, one is performing on stage,
Mm-hmm.
and when you move people with the songs that you are singing and how you are singing it, that's you're making a difference in people's life. They have this chance where they just leave all their problems, all their situation at home, and they come and just relax, just forget about everything. That is one of the main reasons why I sing. And secondly, it's the people that you work with. You come across very nice people, people who are willing to help you, people who are willing to push you forward, who advise you, who motivate you. Those that I think is one of the biggest highlights as well. And I mean, when you're doing competitions and you win awards,
Mm-hmm.
that is, you know, it's motivation in itself.
What about the lowlights, if any?
Uh, there's very few. I mean, everybody is in South Africa. Everybody is struggling with financial difficulties in some sort of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the lowlights. And we're trying to push this forward so that people can make their way out of financial difficulty in some sort of way or the other, be it dance, be it singing. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, things are hard, but if you push forward hard enough, you can walk through doors. And I mean, I think one of the biggest lowlights is when you
Mm-hmm.
get the flu, or or yeah, sinus issues, and it's very difficult to perform something that you love doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before I get to my further question, I do see some comments here already. Because the first comment here is to you is from Raksha Singh. Well done, Zubair. Congrats. Well done and power to you. Okay. And then the next comment here is from Rish Jitan. Let me open that up for you. Hi, Zubair. I did year one of rendition of knots. Very beautiful indeed. In regards with poetry, perhaps you should pen them into a book. And then the last one is actually a question. No, there's actually a question here, also from Rish Jitna. Sorry about this. Hi, Zubair. I did your one of. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Yeah, I think I've shown that
Yeah.
to you. Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is from Raksha Singh. A question. Who has been your biggest influence and also motivator? Okay.
um so there's a lot of motivation from all angles. And mommy is one of the biggest motivators, and the biggest influence in my life. She's as I mentioned, she's always there supporting what work I do, what decisions I'm making. And I mean, everything, no matter I'm 33 years old, but I always go to her for advice, and her advice would be the best advice. And you might not see a mother's advice today, but you will see it tomorrow. In terms of singing,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, you have so many beautiful singers: Arijit Singh, Atif Aslam, Sonu
Mm-hmm.
Nigam, Abhijit
Mm.
Bhattacharya. They all, in
Yeah.
some way, influence me on doing what I love to do. You know, I was introduced to music at the age of 3, 4 years old. My grandfather used to sit opposite me playing the harmonium,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's where the influence has started.
Of
You know,
course.
unfortunately, I got very very little time with him.
Mm-hmm.
But um, if you see me today performing, even though he passed away when I was 5 years old, that influence is carried on up till now. Singing songs of old. And he's, even though he's not around anymore, he's still a big influence in my life.
All right. So, what are the plans for the rest of this year and beyond?
In terms of singing, I mean, um, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of doors that are closed waiting for opening. There's a lot of doors you have to bang down. you know, a couple of things is obviously I'm now in the process of converting, or I wouldn't say fully converting. I need a room to sleep in, but I need to set up studio equipment. I need to get sound equipment for stage. Working on my own songs. um there's a lot of things. I mean, it's your mind is open to so much,
Of
organizing
course.
shows and doing all that. What comes first is, it just depends on the situation at the time.
Sure. All right. My final question to you is: what are your words of inspiration for people that are interested in getting into the spaces that you're in?
I mean, everyone has a few different motivational quotes and words, but for me, it's, when you start something, uh, see it to the end. Always push hard, always push forward. If you fall out during that time, you'll never find that closed door. I mean, you'll never find the open door. And for me, it's I mean, when sometimes, even at times, I feel demotivated by certain
Hmm.
incidents, and I just take it and I put it aside, and I say, well, that's just a closed door. And I move forward. I look for the next door that I can walk through.
All right. All I got to say that thanks so much for your time and hope to catch up with you soon in the future.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me here.